right, so a lot of crypto are having a good time right now. As you can see on the price of Bitcoin, price is maintaining that stability that is needed for altcoin to pick up and begin to move all the way to the upside. And if you look at this very point, we are still in this very position. If you look at it on the Telegram channel right here, this position is still very valid, and I'm going to be discussing this in detail in this video. And if you look at Ethereum right at this very point, discover that market hits our take profit target and move up a little bit into this very area of $3,440 all the way to the upside. And will this move continue upward, or the move is already exhausted? Will markets from this area come back down for retracement before continuation, because that is good for the market? And if you look at Blum is showing a very strong door momentum. This door momentum is very insane compared to how the market moved from here. We've seen door momentum within this very area. So what is going to happen on this very price action? Very important, the detail in this video. And if you look at Pi, it discovered that we took a trade right here yesterday at this very point. This is Pi trade at this very area, which is very, very important. Look at this very trade right here. Okay, I'll be discussing this as well in detail in this very video and many more. So pay attention, watch the video all the way to the very end. The first thing here is the price of Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin move upward, what we do see is after an aggressive move in the price of Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin maintain that stability that is moving between two horizontal boundaries, not really moving upward or coming back down, we'll begin to see the price of altcoins begin to move all the way to the upside. And that is very, very important. That is what we need to pay attention to. And that is one of the reasons why we are seeing significant pump in the price of altcoins. For example, Ethereum is doing very well. So many other altcoins are doing very well as well. So from this very area, will the market from where it is right now, this very price level of $118,200 move upward, or we're going to see a little move all the way to the downside before the next move upward? Now, from this very price action, two possibilities is very important. Remember, before now, I told you that this very move will not have that momentum that is needed for the market to create another new all-time high on Bitcoin. And that is what we are seeing right now. There is no momentum here, and that is why market is tending to come back down a little bit. And that is why this very target is not above this very all-time high of $123,000 for one Bitcoin. So what I am expecting right now is for the market to come back down a little bit, okay, before the next move to the upside. Of course, we are still in this very position, as you can see right here on the Telegram channel, which is very, very important, okay? And all my signals, you must risk what you can afford to lose. Very important. This is not a get rich quick scheme as some people think, but you must have to risk what you can afford to lose and do your own research, okay, especially if you're taking signal on this very Telegram channel. And I will do my best to give the most accurate signal in my opinion and what I think the market is going to do in these very signals. So if you look at it, risk what you can afford to lose right here, and risk 1% equity. This is the leverage. You can observe that the entry point was at this very point, and market move upward a little bit and then come back down into the entry zone. So we are still in the entry zone at this very point. So possibility market can come back down and take us out of this position. That possibility is there, and it's normal, and that is why you must have to put your stop loss and be willing to lose if the market go back down against this very position, because it's normal. You can put money in some stuff or an investment, and it will turn out to be a loss, okay, and you must have to bear that loss yourself. So from this very point, I believe that the market is going to move all the way to the upside. And on the Ethereum here, it is called that we were in the position few days ago, and from this very point is the entry, and then from here market begin to move all the way to the upside. hit our target and continuation all the way upward. I know what some people do is when market hit their target like this, they will continue to enter more trade. It's not always healthy like that, because oftentimes market will not just be going in this very formation. Oftentimes market is going to move maybe above target a little bit before the next retracement, and then continuation all the way to the upside. So what I am expecting right now on the price of ETH is a possible retracement between where the market is right now and between $3,550. I still believe that the market have capability of moving upward to $3,500 and $3,550 within this very area is where I am expecting market to retrace, and where the market is right now of $3,450. Okay, within this very area is where I'm expecting retracement to come back into the market before the next move upward. So point of interest to take note of as you're waiting for that retracement to come in, because if retracement did not come in or we see consolidation, I'm not going to give any trade on Ethereum, because I really want to see market retrace, or we should have consolidation within this very zone as well, because consolidation also means that market is building momentum either to come back down or to move upward. Most time it will always break in line with the trend, so market can break upward in this very case after consolidation. So from here, expect the market to come back down, and the first point of interest on this very area is this very point. Okay, very important. And the next point of interest is this very area right here. These are the 2 points you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. So market can retrace from here on the price of Ethereum within this very area where the market is right now of $3,450 and $3,550. Come back down to this very point before the next move upward, or come back down to this very area before the next move to the upside. These are the two possible scenarios that is going to happen and play out on this very price action. And if you took that trade, congratulations, you took the right decision. And on Blum right here, discovered that the Blum price action is having dull momentum from this very point, which is going to present a trade opportunity. Definitely, when I get that very confirmation, I'm going to drop that signal on the Telegram channel. So if you've not joined the Telegram channel to receive free signal, of course, you must risk what you can afford to lose. Join the Telegram channel right now. Link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. And if you come back to this very area, what I'm expecting is for the market to come back down a little bit, possible into this very area before the next move to the upside. And that is what I am still expecting right now on the price of Blum. Very important. Still expect this because market have capability of coming back down. And of course, the possibility of market not coming into this very area is there because there is a gap at this very point that we must not neglect. There is a gap right here, okay? And market can just come back down, fill the gap and move upward, or market can just move from here to the upside. So from here, expect market to move upward either from where it is right now or from this point or from this point. I can see that there is dull momentum on this very price action. That's the most important thing from this very retracement, which means market have capability of moving upward. And on Pi, look at Pi right here. We took this very trade yesterday, and the reason why we took this trade was because of this very entry confirmation I got around this very point right here, okay, with this very candle, this bullish candle right here. Because if you look at it, we have a bearish hammer formation right here, and then we have another bullish candle that closed above the bearish hammer, which a little bit serve as an entry confirmation for me. Of course, I wanted the market to move above this very area, but the market did not. Market rejected. But if you look at the smaller time frame, market really closed above that, and then market come back down. However, this very position right here is still very valid. Look at it. Pi USDT buy position, the entry is at this very point, the stop loss at this very point, take profit target at this very point. You risk 1% equity and risk what you can afford to lose. Very important. You can even do your research before taking any of this trade because It's very important for you to understand this. And if you notice, market come back down a little bit, which is very fine. Market can come back and hit us out of this very position as well. And that is why you need to risk what you can afford to lose on any of these signals. And from this very point, market is going to still move upward, in my opinion. And one thing you have to understand is that none of these signals guarantee you any sort of return or money or some stuff like that. Of course, you may make money from trading signal, but in this very case where I'm giving signal in this very group, there is no guarantee. I am just giving my opinion, and you risk what you can afford to lose. And if you don't find it helpful, you leave it like that. And that is very important. So from here, market is going to move upward, in my opinion, okay, and hit this very point. And if market come back down to this very area and take us out of this position, that is also very, very okay. Lastly, on Sol, we've seen Sol have moved significantly, but not as crazy as other cryptos are doing right now. But I believe the market also have capacity of moving upward. So from here, I am not expecting market to come back to this very point again. So I'll remove this from this very chart, and then I will show you guys where the next point of interest should be. Here is still a point of interest, and this very point is another point of interest as well. Okay, very important. Why? Because there is a gap right there. Not only that, we have resistance here, we have resistance here, and we have support at this very point. Market can come back down before the next move upward, or come into this very point of important support, okay, from this very area, retrace back down before the next move to the upside. Of course, the momentum in the price of coin right now are very, very strong, because the Bitcoin dominance is dropping all the way to the downside, which is a sign that altcoin are going to do very well in the next coming days. And this is what you need to understand. Back to coin market cap, if you look at it, the global crypto market capitalization have increased back to what we've seen in the past 48 hours, that is $3.81 trillion. And the fear and greed index is still at the greed zone, while trending coin right here, Ethereum, is still leading the way, and 9% all the way to the upside, and market is still pumping. In my next video, I'll be doing a very strategic price analysis on Floki alone, so that you look at it and consider it in your portfolio if you want to. And this is what you need to understand right now on this various chart, ranging from Bitcoin right here, and Ethereum. Look at Blum, Pi, and Solana. All of these are very important. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for all that crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, link in the description of this video, and also in the pinned comment for trading signal, on-chain data, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis. All of these, join right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.